insane?
This is a sham.
No.
Nope.
Y'all, just stop.
Finally here. Drum roll. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. I'm Tori. I'm here with Al and Erica, and today we are looking back at some of the discussions that really got us talking. You guys ready for this?
Let's do it.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. That's funny. It's my opening. All right. Who could forget our heated debate about cancel culture after Johnny Depp claimed that no one was safe from being canceled? Jeff agreed that it's all gone a bit too far. Take a look.
The labels that get thrown around with cancel culture. When people need to be canceled, you always say, I believe they do, right? When it comes to Kevin Spacey, they need to be canceled. When it comes to someone just disagreeing with their opinion and not agreeing with you, that's when I have a problem with cancel culture. If you don't agree with one side politically at all, if I say one thing about Black Lives Matter, I don't understand this. People come for me that I'm racist. If I say something about the LGBTQ community, just questioning it or having an opinion about it, people come for me because I'm homophobic or whatever it may be. These labels is what I want canceled. Okay? These are once you get painted, once you get that stink on you, it never goes away. That smell carries with you. Even if they retract it, a week later, nobody reads that. They think about you as that person.
That's what Johnny Depp was saying, and it's a scary time. I mean,
We have to be careful with Johnny Depp, though, because we don't know all the details with Johnny Depp, and sometimes it is accountability culture.
Right, but the thing is, that's the thing with everything, Sam. We know a couple of headlines. We don't know. Everything is messy when you start getting into other people's lives, fights that happen in the car, in the house, things that happen when people were drinking, which it seems like there was a lot of that.
But I would say Harvey Weinstein, for instance, we do know, even though there were a lot of rumors, we clearly knew he should be canceled.
Yes, but he is a criminal that is behind bars. We're talking about like the Chris Hardwicks, the Aziz Ansari. And I'm not just listing the people that were kind of falsely accused. There was some weirdness there. But I'm saying there are, let's be real. Chris Brown, who is at the height of his fame, has almost 100 million followers now, was in a very serious domestic incident. But I'm glad he was able to redeem himself, get his career back in order. I don't think we should throw away 21-year-olds. But why doesn't that apply when we start talking about Olivia Jade? It's because she's an attractive, rich young girl, and people don't like it. That's what it is, and it's difficult to talk about, but we need to understand that when we start talking about these issues, they're human beings involved and human beings with emotions. The emotion, I think Chris Brown is attractive. I'll give him a second chance. The emotion that I think she's an attractive rich girl that's had too much privilege in life, she's dead to me.
I just got worried when we pay so much attention to feeling bad for those that have been canceled, because for so long the people who wanted to cancel people correctly couldn't do so. So I also want to speak out on their behalf, saying finally they have vocabulary, a platform to say, you did this to me, you deserve to be canceled. And I don't want us all going, oh no, oh no, oh no. Sometimes they should be canceled. It's accountability.
So
I get with
your
Johnny
career
Depp.
Is over?
You can have a comeback. I agree with that. There is a way to redemption. I agree with you. But with this Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, nobody knows what's going on.
But that stink never goes away. Like I said, that stink never goes away, even if it's proven that you are innocent.
Well, Jeff and I really got into it, not very strange for us, during our discussion about Aaron Rodgers and his vaccination status that got us talking about whether professional athletes or any public figure should have to disclose their medical history. Watch.
Truly don't believe it's there. I don't believe it's there. I don't think your medical information is people's business.
I agree with you. Then say it's not my business. By saying wait, let me finish. Okay. By saying I'm immunized, you're implying you got vaccinated. If you said that's private and I'm dealing with my teammates, I get you. But you're now telling people, the people who go to the stadium, the children that watch, they're all believing you. And by the way, we don't know 100% true. He isn't. This is all speculation. But if he isn't, I think he purposefully misspoke and he misled the public. And I don't think that's great as a public speaker who's a role model.
He's not a public speaker.
Public role model, excuse me, a public role model. You're absolutely right. He's a public role model, and he should know that that platform holds some kind of responsibility.
But he's putting out the message you want him to put out. He's putting out the right message.
But now his message is he lied.
But we don't know that 100%.
Agreed.
And also, why are we just saying things to make the media and social media happy? We're just saying that. How many people say that they hate Trump's guts? If you ask all of America, they would say, I hate Trump's guts, right? Some people would say yes. It wouldn't be 50% that said yes. I could promise you that. That's the point I'm making. People aren't speaking their truth because they're afraid of the pushback of social media and society.
Which I get, but is it okay then to lie?
I don't know if he lied. And I don't know, first of all, if that question should have been asked. And also, I don't know if the fact that he is good at throwing a football makes him automatically a public role model that needs to say the public narrative.
I'm not going to
A lot of people would look at what he's doing and taking autonomy over his body and saying
then
that's a brave thing to do.
This is none of your business, and I respect my privacy.
They're not going to talk to him about football
anymore. Then don't lie. You think lying's okay?
If he goes, this is my body, it's my choice, right?
Right.
Every single meeting, because what do people want? Headlines.
Right.
Aaron, are you vaccinated? You tell me right now.
Right.
Well, I just threw for 300 yards. You want to know about that? No, obviously you guys have a different narrative because you're doing your job. Let me do mine. I'm a football player.
I agree, but he's also a public figure. And in a public figure, that realm includes a responsibility of a platform speaking out to millions of people.
He's giving you the message that you want to hear. He's giving it to you.
But then we find out he lied. So that's even worse.
What do politicians do?
He's not a politician.
Right, he's a football player.
But he's also a public figure. Maybe that's where we differ here. You're saying he doesn't.
So if you're a public figure because you're great at acting, automatically you're a public figure and you have to give your opinion on your political views?
You chose to go into that and knew you'd be a public figure. With all the perks you get,
that's not true.
You have to come with some kind of a platform.
You do that because you love it as a little kid.
Okay.
That's what you do.
You also know you're getting press, you're getting free stuff. You know you're getting that. So that's why you
have to give your political views on life?
No, you certainly don't lie to people. And it's a slap in the face to scientists who have figured out the vaccine, in my opinion.
Ooh, doggy. Okay, we're going to lighten things up a little bit. When Michael Jordan's used underwear sold at auction for $3 grand, we all went around the table to see what we would pay top dollar for. Take a look.
This has value to somebody. Like, I watched the show Love After Lockup with my girl, and we always talk about what we would pay for a random item from that show. And I mean, we're like, I'd pay $500 for that napkin.
Whoa.
Like, literally, because it means so much. And there is something goofy or silly that you would pay some money for because it has value to you. So I'm going to ask you, is there anything?
Put a price tag on those underwear.
I'm not an MJ fan. LeBron?
Okay, LeBron underwear.
No.
What would you pay for it?
What's that?
What would you pay for LeBron underwear?
I would not.
Oh.
You buy a napkin from Love After Lockup?
Absolutely.
And you wouldn't get a LeBron underwear?
Absolutely.
Would you buy Justin Bieber's underwear?
What would you pay for Biebs socks? Biebs socks.
No, he has Biebs socks.
No, that Bieber wore.
I don't want like anything that personal.
No.
That's a little weird to me.
Yeah.
Maybe like a shoe from his concert or something.
Cool.
Like autograph.
What would you pay? What's the ceiling?
$10.
$500?
No
Erica.
way. No way.
Erica,
Dude,
you're
are you
a big
kidding
fan.
Me? $500 for a Biebs shoe?
Yeah.
Erica, would you ever, let's say you had all the money in the world, okay? Let's take money out of this. You had enough money. Would you buy anything from your favorite celebrity? Whether they wore it, didn't wear it?
Well, Janet Jackson did wear these like super awesome bracelets that had these like little balls in it. So every time she would move, you would hear the shh. And there was like 7 of them, and I just stared at them the entire time. Like I would pay for those.
Okay.
I haven't forgot. It's been like 15 years. I haven't forgotten those bracelets.
Gwen Stefani underwear. What's your price tag?
I'm not as in love with Gwen Stefani as you guys think I am.
You made a board out of paper mache.
Sam, that was like really disturbing.
Okay.
You were picked out of the audience.
I
And
did
it's lit up
sniff
with
her.
Christmas lights.
I know, and I did when I got next to her and we took a selfie on stage. I did go, she smelled beautiful.
So how much for underwear?
I would never buy her underwear. That's disgusting.
I feel like she would buy your underwear. All right,
Yes.
coming up on DBL.
Absolutely.
Right? How did this woman end up living in the Tower of London? And did she really see ghosts? She tells us the scary situations she's ended up in. And from the original cast of Saturday Night Live, Lorraine Newman stopped by and talks about working alongside Bill Murray. I'm so jealous.
Listen, this past couple of years has been so crazy. Let's express gratitude for this year and all of the amazing gifts that are coming in 2022.
This year, let's try and put aside all of our differences and just be together and really be present in the moment.
From the Shulmans, happy holidays!
From me and my family, we truly want to thank you over the years how much support you've given me and our whole team.
I know the holiday season can be difficult for some, and I just want to let you all know that you're not alone, and I'm wishing you a holiday season full of love and light.
From all of us here at Daily Blast Live,
We want to wish you
Happy holidays
Happy holidays.
and a healthy new year.
and my baby said happy holidays.
On December 3rd, Mariah Carey's hit single, All I Want for Christmas Is You, was certified diamond by the Recording Industry Association of America, making it the first holiday single to earn the distinction. Carey's Christmas hit usually begins making its way up the music charts around late October, according to Last.fm listenership data from the past 3 years. But does that mean that the holiday hit gets the most plays on streaming apps during the Christmas season? Verify reached out to these sources to get an answer, and drumroll please, it's true. All I Want for Christmas Is You is the most streamed holiday song, according to music streaming app data from Apple Music, Amazon Music, Billboard, Pandora, and Spotify. According to Amazon Music, global streams on their app for this song are up 46% in 2021 when compared to this time last year. It's also one of the most requested holiday songs on Amazon Music via Alexa so far this year. According to Spotify data, the song tops its Christmas hits list and is the most popular song on Carey's artist profile with nearly 1 billion streams overall. It's also my all-time favorite Christmas song, and I may or may not dance around the table to it every year with my family. With your Fast Fact, I'm Ariane Till.
She is one of Saturday Night Live's original cast members and has dazzled audiences throughout the decades with her hilarious characters and comedy. Lorraine Newman joined us earlier. Take a look. I hear you're in a closet. Is that right?
Thank you so much.
You're in a closet right now?
I am coming to you from my professional recording studio in Century City, known as my closet.
It sounds great, though. It sounds wonderful.
It does. Okay, so Lorraine, your former SNL castmate Dan Aykroyd recently said that he thinks hurtful comedy should get canceled altogether, and we were wondering what you thought about that take.
I did not hear him say that. I don't think that mean comedy is funny, but it's all very subjective, and what would constitute hurtful and mean to one person might not be so for someone else.
Sure.
If that's the most diplomatic answer I can give. I mean, you know, there is something very juvenile about comedy, and that can get to be hurtful, but if you understand that it is coming from a place of the bluntness of the adolescent, so to speak, you don't have to feel so bad about it.
Smart.
I mean, that's full disclosure, Lorraine. I actually just listened to a podcast of yours with Dana Gould. Maybe it was like an hour and a half. I listened to it a couple weeks ago. So I'm a big fan coming into this interview. So I just, and I'm glad I'm talking to you because I wanted to ask you about this. Your new memoir, May You Live in Interesting Times, speaks about your experiences on SNL, on Saturday Night Live. But one thing I really wanted you to talk about was you said that your car was robbed before your audition and they stole all of your material.
No.
Like and you still had to go into the audition. No. So please, as somebody that's in entertainment, that's my worst fear.
Okay, well, actually, I did not know I was auditioning when Lorne first saw me at the Groundlings and came to see me a second time. That was my audition, unbeknownst to me.
Wow.
And then when I got there, he was the only person who knew my work. So he said it'd be a good idea to do a show for the writers, which was a very reasonable thing to ask. But I had all my written material and costumes in my car, and the car was stolen. Mm-hmm. So it was just, you know, I want to say a you-know-what show, but I don't know what the limitations are for.
Appreciate you.
That's about it. That's about the limit.
Yeah. Well, what's it like hanging out with your former SNL co-star, Bill Murray?
You know, we've all mellowed in our dotage. And, you know, he'll come to town and call me, and we'll go have dinner, you know, at a restaurant down the street from where I live that he likes a lot, Carmine's. And, you know, there was a time when you took your life in your hands. But those days are really over, and it's wonderful.
Sam, our co-host, has a lifelong dream to meet him. So can you help us get him on the show for her?
Well, he is an enigma wrapped in a mystery.
Yes.
So you either don't hear from him for a year and a half, or you hear from him twice in a month. I wouldn't know how to tell you.
That's
Fair.
a great
That's
answer.
a fair.
That's a
Yeah,
fair
totally
answer.
That's an honest answer.
Let's talk about your new Netflix show, Ridley Jones. You voice an astronaut monkey named Peaches.
Yes.
Meet Peaches. I'm Peaches, first monkey to slip on a banana peel in space.
So would you mind channeling Peaches to tell parents out there why their kids should be watching this show? Maybe a little Peaches for us.
All right, let me see.
Well, you know, Peaches is an astronaut, but she's afraid of heights.
Wow.
So they deal with a lot of kids' fears in a very nice way. Relatable.
That Century City VO booth is killing it, girl.
You're hired.
Lorraine, thank you so much for chatting with us. It's been such an honor. And for everyone watching at home, please remember to get Lorraine's new book on Audible. And if you have kids, don't forget to check out Ridley Jones. It's out now on Netflix. It looks very good and sounds even better. We'll be right back. Thanks, Lorraine.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
DBL is back December 27th with all new episodes every day live.
That was
The IRS added a new above-the-line deduction for charitable giving this year, thanks to the CARES Act. That means whether you itemize your return or claim the standard deduction, you can take advantage of this deduction. It's $300 for singles and up to $600 for married couples filing jointly. The Chief Tax Information Officer at Jackson Hewitt says this could be worth about $150 on your refund. But those donations have to be done by the end of the year, as there's no guarantee the IRS will extend the benefit to 2022. There are some stipulations. You have to give a cash donation to a qualified charitable organization, and you need proof of donation, which could be anything from a paper receipt to a text confirmation. So keep those records in a safe place. There's nothing like having a real tree in your home, but it's a bummer when all of those needles end up on your carpet. In fact, there's a whole Christmas tree genetics program dedicated to solving this problem. Researchers say they've identified which genes help trees hold on to their needles, and now they're working on super seeds that could reach growers by 2028. The goal is to have less than 1% of a tree's needles fall off through the Christmas season. And it's not just the needles. Researchers are also working on trees that have a stronger aroma, need less watering, and could even be resistant to climate change, creating fantastic firs that even Charlie Brown would be jealous of.
Welcome back to DBL. In some ways, Megan Clausen is living the life of a medieval princess. She and her dad live in the historic Tower of London, but her life is not as glamorous as you'd think. Here's a look back at our chat.
Megan Clausen is bringing some unusual British history to life. She's been living in the Tower of London for a year with her dad, who is a beef eater or tower guard. The 13th century fortress was once a castle, a prison, and is now home to the famous crown jewels. It's also notorious for the beheading of Anne Boleyn, King Henry VIII's second wife. But Megan likes to focus on some of the lesser known facts of the tower's history.
The tale that I am about to tell is considered one of the goriest in the history of the Tower of London.
Her videos on TikTok have earned her 30,000 followers who love seeing what her life living in a tourist attraction is really like.
It's a real privilege to live inside the Tower of London until you realise that you're also part of the attraction and you have a lovely audience for most of the day.
Megan, welcome to DBL. So this is fascinating. My husband and I visited the Tower of London. It was one of our most memorable experiences. I can't believe that you live there. So how much of the tower's history did you know before you actually moved in with your dad, who's a guard there?
I thought when he said, oh, I'll be living in the Tower of London, I thought he meant he was going to be living in Tower Bridge. Really had no clue what I was letting myself in for, really.
The tower is heavily guarded, and that's kind of a question I have. So, like, what restrictions are there for you? Like, what can and can you not do?
there's always a beefeater on guard. So if you want to leave after a certain time, you have to sign out and things like that. And to be let in, again, you need to have told somebody beforehand. So everybody knows where you are at what time and what you're wearing and everything. So
No
it's
sneaking out.
I was going to say, so let's keep it 100. That's what we do on this show. How does this affect your dating life? Because I know it's got to be hard to tell people like, hey, you need to sign in with this guard.
You date a beefeater.
That's right.
I am actually going out with the Queen's Guard, so I feel like the most British person in the world. So my dad is a beefeater, I live in the Tower of London, and my boyfriend is a Queen's Guard.
Wow, this doesn't even sound real.
I know.
So the Tower was a prison at one point and the site of a few beheadings.
Yep.
So speaking of not real, is it haunted, and have you ever experienced a run-in with a Tower ghost?
It does get a little bit hard when I'm here home alone, and it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, had a couple of drinks, and I was about to go to bed, and my TV flashed on kind of the old school static that you see in the horror films, with like a silhouette in front of it. So it's like it had just kind of head and shoulders, and then as quick as it flashed on, it flashed back off again, and I was like, okay, this is where I switch my phone off, roll over, and go to sleep. It was,
I would have ran out of there. Even if like the beefeater had to catch up with me, at least like a human was catching up with me, I could not imagine.
Well, she knows the rule though. Like if you go to sleep, ghosts can't get you.
Now, I had no idea that there was also an exclusive pub in the Tower. I'm so mad I didn't get to visit it. Apparently, many celebrities go there. Leonardo DiCaprio has had a pint there. Is that true? Have you ever spotted stars?
Yeah, when you're famous, you know about it.
Yeah, wow. Have you ever heard about this? And maybe can I use you as a contact next time I'm there?
Well, yeah, even the celebrities have to know a beefeater personally to be able to be invited in. So even Leo had to have a beefeater invite him in. I've never met a celebrity in the bar myself, but my dad does the whole typical dad thing where he's so unaffected by fame and celebrities that he'll just come in after having 1 or 2 pints down there, and he'll be chatting away to me about typical dad things I'm like, okay, fair enough, get to the point. And then about 20 minutes later, he'll go, oh yeah, Tom Hardy was in the Tower while I was down in the pub. And I was like, why didn't you ring me up? Just so yeah, I haven't met any myself. But
your dad hogs them all.
And she totally dismissed your invitation.
I know. You didn't say anything about me using you as a contact to get into the secret pub.
That was on purpose.
She laughed it off again.
Feel free if you're not
You're not getting it.
Megan, we appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us here on DBL. You can follow all of Megan's adventures on TikTok at Megan AMBXR and learn a thing or two about British history. We'll be right back.
That sound means it is time to verify, and it's time to get to the bottom of a claim fueling debate and discord among two groups of people, those who are and are not vaccinated against COVID-19. You've seen variations of this assertion circulating social media that given the occurrence of breakthrough cases, people who are vaccinated against COVID are just as likely to spread the virus as people who are not. Is that true? To verify, I talked to infectious diseases physician Chris Uhl with Atrium Health Wake Forest Baptist and looked into the apparent source of the claim in question in an October research study published in The Lancet. It examined what is called viral load, or how much virus you have. The study found COVID vaccination reduces the risk of contracting the virus, including the Delta variant, and it also lessens the length of the infection. Yet fully vaccinated individuals with breakthrough infections have a peak viral load similar to that of people who aren't vaccinated. Dr. Uhl said while that could be concerning from a transmission standpoint, the viral loads are not apples to apples.
While the peak viral load may be just as high, it turns out that people who've been vaccinated, the viral load decreases much quicker than it does in an unvaccinated person. So the time available to transmit is shorter, thus fewer cases transmitted. The other thing we found out is that when looking for actual viable, a live virus in people with these peak viral loads, harder to find.
Dr. Uhl said, in other words, your immune system beats up the virus before it's detectable on a PCR test. He pointed out vaccinated college students who live together in residence halls tend to have low transmission rates, even with breakthrough cases. And the risk of transmission in vaccinated households is 50% less than in unvaccinated households.
So the good news is that even though your peak viral load may be high, that not all that virus is viable, and it is harder to transmit COVID if you've been vaccinated. Not impossible, but it's harder. But if we wear masks, we take that risk down even more if we're wearing those masks in an indoor situation.
In conclusion, we verify no, vaccinated people are not just as likely to spread the virus as people who are unvaccinated. Even if they contract breakthrough cases, those infections are shorter and contain less live virus. And all that said, breakthrough infections remain rarer than infections among people who are unvaccinated. The CDC notes unvaccinated people are nearly 6 times as likely to contract the virus and 14 times more likely to die from it. With your Verify, I'm Megan Malaris.
Welcome back to DBL. We love hearing from you, our viewers, and today we're hearing what they want to know about us.
Yeah.
Okay, Erica, Jessica wants to know, do you and Anthony like to cook at home, or do you prefer eating out?
I can answer that.
I can too.
I prefer eating out.
Yay!
Yes, I prefer going to a restaurant. I like the whole experience. That's just how I like to roll. Anthony is kind of like, yeah, we'll order meals, but we go out a lot.
That's the best kind. That's the best.
Respect.
And Al, Brenda wants to know, what's your least favorite food and why?
Oh man, people are going to be probably eggs.
Eggs, I was going to say.
I don't like I'm a texture person. I don't like the texture.
You don't like bananas, right?
No, I don't like anything that tastes like it's been chewed and then given to me. I don't like that. It's weird. I don't like the texture. It's weird.
Do you ever, with salt and pepper eggs, nothing hard-boiled, scrambled, nothing?
Never. Not even, never.
You're like angry, huh?
Yeah, it makes me mad.
Okay. DBL's new every day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Bye, guys.
I don't like them.
Nope.